Hello and welcome. I'm Peta, the owner of Enchanted Manor, and it's lovely to have you here. You're welcome to come in and have a look around. Okay, so this is our reception area. Now, this is actually one of the big renovations that we did. It was, just a standard reception before with a bar. And we have put in the Enchanted Emporium into this reception area. So, as you can see, we've got a wonderful coffee machine. Again, this is very much going for this is supporting our concept of simple pleasures. So we have a very wide range of all the different barista coffees. We do chai latte, turmeric latte, as well as all of the different types of milk. So one thing we've really noticed in hospitality over the last couple of years is that people that are becoming more health conscious about what they're eating and they're drinking. Many people have become gluten-free, vegetarian, vegan, all the labels, and many of them wanting non-animal products. And it's very hard to find places that cater to that. So, I think we're all used to seeing just a vegetarian burger on a normal menu, whereas our concept is taking that and turning it around and going very much, we handle all of those dietary requirements very well. Okay, so this is our greenhouse. So this is where we serve breakfast. So we've spaced the tables out as far as we can so that there's natural social distancing. And then what we do is we have time slots 15 minutes apart. So people are identifying up front what time they're sitting down and what they're going to have for breakfast. And that makes the operation of breakfast so much easier. People are a lot more relaxed because they're not worried about being too close to other guests, and it flows much better as well. So what's really lovely about this room is that we have this live grapevine that's growing. We often will cut down the grapes for guests as they all love to try those. And this B&B is more of a retreat B&B. So it's very much about the experience of being here. Our ethos is all about reconnecting, simple pleasures. So reconnecting to yourself, each other, the earth, your divinity, and simple pleasures in a fantastic cup of coffee, a beautifully cooked breakfast. And we're really trying to encourage more and more people to bring more plant-based meals into their lives. So for us, it's not about trying to force people to become vegan. It's about showing them that you can have incredibly delicious vegan food without giving up on any flavor or deliciousness. And this setting in the greenhouse really allows us to do that very well. Yeah, so from a food perspective, it's about working with the community, working with the local farms, and very much a farm-to-table concept. And then also getting to know the people from those farms so that you know that their methods are sustainable and that what you're bringing into your bed and breakfast is of the highest standard, and that they're taking care of the environment as best as they can as well. So we kind of feel that, we can only do what we can do. And we can only do that with what's right in front of us and with our circle of influence. But I really feel that if all of us take that little stand and live as we wish to see the world live, then we create a little ripple that ripples out to our guests, that ripples out to their circles of influence, and so on and so on. And so the smallest little things can make the biggest difference in the greater picture. So what's such fun about the Enchanted Manor when you're looking at all of the dragon history and the myths and the legends, is that back in the day when Maggie and Rick Hilton owned the property, in the early days, there was an archaeological dig here, and they actually found 2 dragons that date back centuries, I believe, that are in a museum somewhere. So this is a theme that we're definitely carrying through in terms of the mystical nature of the place. So, do you want to come into Atlantis? This is our, I guess, our honeymoon suite. Now, this door over here is actually the original, one of the original pieces from the manor house. And as you can see, the room is lovely and big. So what we've tried to do here in the rooms is to make them as comfortable as we possibly can. All of the rooms bar one, which has an antique French bed, has a 4-poster bed in it. And the beds are really comfortable. What we're noticing is that so many of our guests talk about the quality of sleep that they're having while they stay with us. It is a very quiet place anyway, but once they've had their first night's sleep, just about every guest comments. And that's something that I think every guest house owner should consider, is about the quality of sleep. So having really good mattresses, really good pillows. We also offer an option if people need a hypoallergenic pillow, we have those on hand. And it's those little things, you know, for us, it's the attention to detail. When somebody is having a great night's sleep, you know that they're already, you're halfway there. So if you come through here into the private lounge area, this particular room is great because you get a view of the driveway and you get a view of the garden. So for people that are preparing for their weddings, it's ideal because they have an idea of what's happening with the guests. And then just in terms of facilities, we have tea and coffee making facilities in all of the rooms, as well as old-fashioned record players. And we actually put some LPs, some of the classics in each room. And people have such fun with that. For some, it's a call back to the past, and for our younger guests, who have actually never seen one, it's really great fun for them to experience it and to play some old-fashioned records. We also have a TV and a DVD machine. We have a very extensive collection of DVDs, which we allow our guests to borrow. And then in each room we also have a mini fridge where we always add some purified water, and we always find out what kind of milk they like, because there's nothing nicer than having some fresh milk to go along with your tea and coffee at the tea and coffee station. Okay, so then the island itself is incredibly mystical. The veils are very thin here. The Isle of Wight is actually a diamond-shaped island right at the base of the UK. And there's a wonderful legend about the mother dragon. And this is going back as the Dragon Nation is the oldest nation of Earth, and back to a time where mankind and dragons were benevolent to each other. And so over the years, as the relationship between the dragons and man deteriorated, the mother dragon, so this is the legend, the mother dragon came and landed on the Isle of Wight, and the people here were very, very scared because there was a lot of war and many attacks on the island. And the mother dragon needed a place to rest, and so they did a deal where she would bury herself under the earth and sleep until humanity was ready enough, or had evolved enough to be benevolent to each other and to all of the creatures. And then in return for that resting place, she would protect the island and all of its people. And I just love that myth, because if you look at the island, you've got the Needles, and then if you look at it from above, you could almost imagine a dragon sleeping underneath the mountain. So this is one of our suites called Oberon. The bedroom section is here. Then we have a small bathroom which has the toilet, the basin and the shower. And then through the main lounge, which we'll move to now, we have a separate lounge as well as a wonderful little bath nook. So what's really nice about this room, especially for longer stay guests, we're getting quite a lot of long stay guests now, obviously with people not being able to travel internationally. We recently had a couple in here for 2 weeks and they absolutely loved the fact that they had a separate seating area, also a little place to have some drinks or some, whatever. And this is one of our funnest features. It came with the manor. It is antique, and many of our guests come in. They love to sit on there and take photographs and what have you. So this is our starlight room. Again, the beautiful 4-poster. This is now on the 3rd floor, and what's great about the 2 rooms up here is of course the sea view. So we have window seats and very, very popular. This is one of the rooms that gets asked for quite often. And you'll notice all of the Josephine wall paintings actually dictate the theme of the room. So this is our moonlight room. What's really special about this one, outside the gorgeous sea view, is this antique French bed. So this is the only bed in the house that is not 4-poster. And through here we have the private lounge. So another thing that we did quite soon after getting here was to start composting. Fortunately, outside our kitchen, we had an old coal chute, which lends itself perfectly to composting. So we've been composting since then. And, finding ways to ensure that what we're doing is actually what we intend it to be. So for example, the garbage that was being collected, we discovered that not all of it is being, like the food stuff and what have you, is not being recycled and made into compost. We discovered that a lot of the stuff that gets collected goes into landfills. So we chose to actually pay a little bit extra and ensure that the people collecting our garbage is taking it to the recycling plant. So that's some advice I can give other BnB owners, is to always look at the whole chain of what's happening. It's one thing to collect all the plastic, but it's quite another if it's either just going into landfill or being shipped off into another country to go into the ocean. So it's about being interested in what the next step, once it's off your property, what is the next step that happens to that refuse, and how can you ensure that it's becoming more sustainable.